One of the biggest obstacles of in-service training is finding the time for their officers to get to training and having competent people to train them.
And when you're running short on the street right now, that gets very difficult to do. The risk becomes we end up doing checkbox training to hit those mandates, but we're really not doing justice by our cops.
You can hire a storm training group. They'll come in with their instructors. They'll cater to your schedule with your department, and therefore it allows your personnel to continue doing their work instead of interrupting their day-to-day jobs to come instruct their own people.
A huge component of the training that we do is that instructor development piece.
We've narrowed down what we believe to be the most efficient way to teach material back to another group, especially tactical material such as defensive tactics or use of force technique.
I've been with other courses with other companies where all they do is they give you the moves and then they send you out the door. With Storm Training Group, they give you a blueprint for actually how to instruct your department on the techniques that you're taught.
We know that it works. We've got the largest data study that links police training to positive force outcomes. We're not just talking about any type of use of force, but legitimate encounters where officers are being assaulted.
The metrics went in the positive direction in all the categories that you would hope to see. Officer injuries were down significantly. Suspect injuries were down significantly. Officers were using strikes far less often. Officers were relying on their tools far less often.
We have several officers in our department who only go to in-service, the 4 times a year or so that we have it, and they are out there on the street using it, and it's working. They're coming back to us saying it's one of the few things I've learned in-service that's actually been beneficial to me.
Control is the foundation of the techniques. It actually leads to a lower use of force too, because the takedowns are much softer than takedowns I've learned with other systems. It's a great environment where people are having fun.
You're not criticized if you ask questions or if you don't understand the technique.
They weren't beating you up. They were actually giving you tools, and they were actually teaching you how to teach.
It's not realistic that everybody's going to be training 3, 4, or 5 days a week to be a UFC star. So we thought it was very important that the techniques that we selected could be retained under stress 6 months after learning them.
You can actually use these moves in training without injuring somebody.
Nothing is very technical with these programs. They only have to get the moves probably about 60% right for it to be effective.
I've seen recruits of all sizes, all skill levels, be able to use these techniques with great success.
It builds confidence in your other female officers. It builds confidence in your smaller male partners.
One of the beautiful parts about our program is that you could essentially select any technique from it, any amount of techniques from it, and simply integrate that into what you're already doing at your department.
All your intermediate weapon training will run smoothly with what you're learning at Storm, and it'll just make your overall defensive tactics package much more effective.
We're covering not only Minnesota Post standards, we're able to teach to whatever unique culture that department has.
If there's one small thing we can do to increase the likelihood that officers are going to go home safe at the end of their shift every day, that our community is going to be safer, it's investing in a program like we teach through Storm Training Group.